Qualitative analysis is nothing but how we are going to identify whether in an organic compound which type of elements are present. So it may be having nitrogen, sulfur, oxygen, phosphorus. So let's see. What is qualitative analysis? Identification of the elements present in the organic compound on the basis of the physical state like color. On the basis of some reactions, we will get some colored compound. On those colors, we are going to identify which type of element is present in the organic compound. Now let's start with the detection of the carbon and hydrogen. We all know that organic compound contains carbon and hydrogen. But how we are going to prove it? Let's see the reaction. Firstly, organic compound is heated with the copper 2 oxide. Copper 2 oxide is nothing but copper having an oxidation state of +2. Okay. So first, what they are doing? Carbon is being heated with the copper 2 oxide. On heating, they are producing copper as the copper metal is being separated, and the gas CO2 gas is being produced. Now this CO2 gas, obviously all know that CO2 gas contains carbon. Now this carbon, how we are going to test whether the gas is only CO2 or any other oxygen gas? So let's test with the lime water. Lime water's formula is CaOH, that's calcium hydroxide. When we are going to pass the CO2 gas in the calcium hydroxide, it's going to turn into milk and develop turbidity. Turbidity means bubbles. Okay, bubbles will be produced. Okay. When we have hydrogen, what the hydrogen will be? Hydrogen, when it's reacting with the CuO, it's being oxidized into the H2O. Okay, and the copper is being separated. This H2 will be tested with the anhydrous copper sulfate. Anhydrous copper sulfate is nothing but the copper sulfate not having water of crystallization in it. Okay, so copper of crystallization, when the CuSO4, when it's being added with the water, it's producing blue vitriol. You all know blue vitriol? Blue vitriol is nothing but CuSO4 dot 5H2, where it's having water crystallization of 5H2. Okay, so this will turn, initially the copper sulfate, which is anhydrous copper sulfate, it's initially white in color. But when we are adding H2 in it, it's turning into blue. So this will show the presence of water in it, and as water has hydrogen, it will show the presence of hydrogen. Now let's come to the next topic, next element which we are going to test. So we have the test for the other elements, that's Lassigne's test. Lassigne's test is named after a scientist, and this test is used for the detection of the elements like nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, and the halogens. Okay, so how we are going to test? Firstly, what we have to do, the organic compound, it's in a covalent form, right? Carbon forms the covalent bonds. Now firstly you have to change the covalent bonds into the ionic bonds to develop the reactions, to proceed the reactions. Okay, so let's come. First step is to change from covalent form to ionic form, as I said. So what you are going to do, you are going to fuse the sodium metal with the organic compound. If this organic compound is containing nitrogen in it, it will change into sodium cyanide, and if it's having sulfur in it, it's going to turn into the sodium sulfide. Okay, and when it's having halogen X, it's going to turn into NaX, that's nothing but the sodium halide. Now, these all extractions you are going to remove from those organic compounds by boiling it with the distilled water. And this extract, whichever you are getting, is known as sodium fusion of extract. Now let's start with one by one element. Let's test for the hydrogen. What you are going to do, like sodium fusion extract, whichever we have got, like we have made through reactions, right? Now you are going to take the sodium fusion of fusion extract, and you are going to boil it with the iron 2 sulfate. Where iron 2 sulfate is nothing but having a +2 oxidation state, as it's satisfying the valency of SO4 sulfate, right? Now when this sodium fusion extract, that is sodium cyanide, is reacting with FeSO4, iron 2 sulfate, it's giving a compound sodium hexacyanoferrate. Okay, on addition of, again, when you are adding with that compound a concentrated H2SO4, what happens? The Fe +2 ions are present in it, right? It gets converted into Fe+3 ions. Okay. As I said, like it's going to turn into Fe+2 to the Fe+3 ions. Now you are going to test this sodium hexacyanoferrate with the Fe+3 ions, and you are going to get a Prussian blue compound. That's nothing but iron 3 sodium cyanide. nitrogen in it. Now let's go for the test for sulfur. Test for sulfur, similarly, are going to take the sodium fusion extract. We are going to acidify with the acetic acid, that's CH3COOH, and we are going to add it with the lead acid. When you are doing these reactions, you are getting a compound called lead sulfide, and this lead sulfide is a black color compound which indicates the presence of sulfur in it. Okay, so you understood what's the test for the sulfur. Now next we are going to go with the test for the both nitrogen as well as sulfur. Now if any compound is having nitrogen as well as sulfur also, then how you are going to know that they are having both the compounds, right? So they are not going to get any Prussian blue color or not even the black color. They are going to get the blood red color. Okay, all know your blood color, right? Now let's go. If compound is having a nitrogen and sulfur in it, firstly what we are going to have the sodium fusion extract. What will be the sodium fusion extract if both are present? It will be NaSCl, right? Now when the sodium fusion extract will be reacted with the Fe+3 anions, it's going to give a blood red compound, that is FeSCl2+. Okay, so this blood red compound indicates the presence of both nitrogen as well as sulfur. Let's go for the test for the halogens. Halogens belongs to group 17 elements, right? Now let's go. NaX, here X denotes the halogens, that's chlorine, bromine and iodine. Okay, when this NaX compound is being acidified with the nitric acid and treated with silver nitrate, it's giving a compound AgX. The X can be chlorine, bromine or iodine. So it will be the silver chloride, silver bromide, silver iodide, right? So let's see what colors we are going to get for it. Okay, so you can see here AgX compound, we have got AgCl if it's chlorine, AgBr, that's nothing but silver bromide if it's bromine, and if it's iodine it will be Ag. The color we are going to get for the silver chloride is white color, and for bromide it will be yellow color, and for iodide it will be yellow. You can separate, like you can differentiate between chlorine, bromine and iodine, but you can't differentiate between bromine and iodine, right? Because both are having similar colors. How you are going to test it? Now we are going to do a solubility test with ammonium hydroxide, that's NH4OH, right? Now NH4OH, when you are treating these compounds, when you are dissolving these compounds, AgCl will completely be soluble in it, but AgBr will not be soluble, like it will be slightly soluble in it, right? Now when we are dissolving AgI, it's not soluble, like it's insoluble and it's forming a PPT. What is PPT? Precipitate. All know precipitation reaction, right? When it's dissolving, if any compound is not dissolving in it, it's forming an insoluble substance in it. There's nothing but the precipitate, right? Now let's go for the test for phosphorus. Test for phosphorus. Firstly, what is done, like organic compound is being oxidized with an Na2O2. That's nothing but sodium peroxide. When it's being reacted, it's being forming a sodium phosphate, and this sodium phosphate is again acidified with nitric acid. When it's acidified with nitric acid, the compound form is again treated with ammonium molybdenum. This formula is very important for the reaction of phosphorus. This is the formula of the ammonium molybdenum. This ammonium molybdenum on reacting with the compound, it's producing a yellow colored mixture compound. That's nothing but the ammonium phosphomolybdenum. Now phospho indicates presence of phosphorus, right? So you all understood how you are going to test for the phosphorus and all. So this was everything, and I hope this session was beneficial.